All right, we will start this evening with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Next item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from the February 17th, 2026 meeting.
I would make a motion that we approve the minutes.
I'll second.
Does it stand? Got a motion and a second?
Hayes? Yes. McLean?
Yes.
Calvin?
Yes.
Howard?
Yes.
Schwager?
Yes.
Next item on the agenda is a public hearing for the consideration and vote to recommend approval of a conditional use permit for heavy retail and service at 610 North Silver Street. I would take the motion to open the public hearing.
Motion.
Okay, we got a motion. Do I have a
Second it.
All right.
Hayes? Yes. McLean?
Yes.
Calvin?
Yes,
Howard?
Yes.
Schwager?
Yes.
public hearing is now open.
All right, so in September of 2025, Francisco Delator received a CUP for refrigerated storage units at 610 North Silver Street, the old Sonic building. The purpose of the refrigerated units was for bulk storage of perishable ingredients used for the family's restaurants. El Patro. Since receiving the CUP, Mr. Delator has expanded operations in distributing food to other restaurants and expressed interest in the possibility of selling food to private citizens in the future. This increase in the intensity of the use requires an amendment to their CUP, as was required in the original CUP. As noted in the original CUP, the expansion from a mini warehouse to include on-site sales of product keeps the overall use in the heavy retail and service category, which is a conditional use in the thoroughfare access of the district. Following the issuance of the previous CUP, Mr. Delator completed a renovation of the interior and exterior of the building. Improvements to the building include an ADA compliant restroom, office addition, as well as installation of the required screening for the refrigeration units. All the notifications for the public hearing were made, posted in the paper, sent out to everyone within 200 feet of the property, and signs posted on the property. Some following standards shall be met for a conditional use permit. The proposed use shall be consistent with comprehensive plans, purposes, goals, objectives, and policies, including standards for buildings and structural intensities and densities and intensities of use. This lot zoned thoroughfare access according to the comprehensive plan. Design requirements provide thoroughfare access character while encouraging pedestrian and automobile access. The district's intensity accommodates most community, commercial, and business activities. Proposed use shall be compatible with the character of land in the immediate vicinity. Zoning for thoroughfare access allows for both commercial and residential development. The applicant's lot is next to other commercial and industrial developments, and the expanded use is compatible with this area. Proposed uses design shall minimize adverse effects, including visual impact of the proposed use on adjacent lands. The design does not include any lighting to disturb surrounding properties, as was the original CUP. The applicant has refinished the exterior of the previously vacant building, also minimizing the visual impact of the area. The proposed use shall minimize adverse impacts on the environment, traffic and congestion, infrastructure, and governmental services. And this proposed expansion of the use will still minimize these adverse effects or adverse impact, as deliveries will continue to be off-street and there is ample space for parking on the property. Staff recommendation is the approval of the CUP with the following conditions. Overnight parking shall be limited to two box truck style delivery vehicles. Semi truck and trailers delivering products to the refrigerated units shall be allowed to park on the property only during the night prior or morning of delivery. Deliveries shall be made off-street and not block any part of Silver Street. All waste containers shall be enclosed by a masonry or wood fence. The applicant shall install and maintain 4 marked parking spaces, including 1 marked handicap accessible parking space. And again, if the intensity of the use changes, the owner shall request an amendment to the CUP. A review of compliance shall be made by the zoning officer to the planning commission 1 year after issuance. If deemed necessary, subsequent annual reviews may be requested by the planning commission. Such reviews are not subject to publication, notification, and public hearing requirements. If the applicant is requesting an amendment to the CUP, the notification shall follow the same procedures as the original CUP request. At any time, the city may institute revocation of the conditional use permit for violations of the conditions of approval, expiration, or the reasons specified in section 21-25 of the LDO. City shall provide notice to the landowner and public in the same manner as was provided for the establishment of the conditional use permit. And this application is consistent with section 21-220 of the LDO, which covers conditional use permits. And the conditions of approval are consistent with section 21-222 of the LDO. This application does not appear to be detrimental to the health, safety, or general welfare of the community.
Did you receive any written comments?
We didn't get any phone calls or written comments.
In that case, I'll take a motion to close the public hearing.
Second that.
Okay.
Motion.
We got a motion and a second. Great.
All right. Hayes,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes.
Calvin,
Yes,
Mauer.
Yes.
Walker.
Yes.
public hearing is now closed. Comments, observations, questions?
Really, no,
How's it gonna sell to the public? Out of that building?
That's, right now, it's kind of just a claim in the future. But I wanted to set this up to cover them if they did that way, because some things do happen without me knowing. That way they could still have they could do it, but still have rules to abide by. What brought all this up, they put in for a sign permit for their produce company. And I noticed their box truck was parked there overnight several times, so I reached out to them about that, and that was one reason they were asking for an amendment, was to include parking of that.
Sure.
Plus, there's that much space in that, because it looked, you see all the old bays. I didn't realize the building
So yeah, the
would be
refrigeration,
beneficial for that.
yeah, the refrigeration units are outside.
Oh.
They're underneath the old, like, parking spaces towards the back of the building.
Oh.
And then, so, yeah,
You don't see it really.
yeah, the way they painted everything, it actually looks like part of the building. Which I was pretty impressed with.
Yeah, he does have a tractor trailer rig,
Mhm.
that red tractor and white.
Yep, and that's what I didn't want to become a permanent parking spot for a semi. What I limited it to, which they've been pretty good about being in and out with the tractor trailer. But if this is gonna be resident for hub for distributing to other restaurants, and they're gonna have to park their box trucks there. And I think 2 of them being parked there, there'll still be plenty of room for circulation and anybody that might need to park there. Right now, it'll just be representatives of other restaurants that are showing up to make a sale there, or I don't know if they have to look at any other produce or anything like that.
They must be farming a lot more produce than I realized to sustain not only their own restaurants, but others.
Mhm.
Cool.
So it's always good to see a business expanding.
Yeah.
So.
So, do I have a motion?
I move to recommend approval of the conditional use permit for a heavy retail and service at 610 North Silver.
I'll second that motion.
Got a second?
Hayes,
Yes.
McLean,
Yes,
Calvin,
Yes.
Mauer.
Yes.
Schwager.
Yes.
Next up, staff report.
Right, up here. All right. So we're up to 140 permits. That's gonna start skyrocketing.
Yes.
Still,
Oh.
yeah, still even without all the roof damage, all the damage, we're on track for what we normally have for the end of the year. We've got one new home permit at the lake.
Already under construction or?
I don't believe he started on it.
Okay.
There's one being worked on right
Yeah.
now.
So
Uh,
framed.
Yep, this new one is actually at the corner of Lake Paola Drive and 287th Street.
Oh, and those newer lots.
So it's one, not the newer ones, it's one big 2 acre lot right on the corner. So the rest of you will remember where the deviation for the driveway was.
right, that's been
Uh,
planned for over a year.
So-
House.
No, so that one's
Side of it,
separate.
West of it.
It's an empty lot in front of that farmhouse.
Okay,
Yeah.
didn't realize.
Different owner than, yeah.
Originally,
Yep, they, so you guys had approved their deviation. To do a gravel driveway. They decided they didn't wanna do the gravel driveway and wanted to come off 287th, and the county wouldn't let them do that. So they scrapped that, sold the property, couple's moving here from Branson, I think, and. So. I'm gonna get started on it here before too long. So, and I think they're doing it all. Completely hard service right away, all the way up, yep,
Off of
off of Lake Mile
the
Drive,
little curvy road.
yeah, yep. CDBG grant partnership program that we spoke about last time. The deadline for applications to the city was, I believe, April 1st. And we got one application from Britt Dowd, who owns Green Again Lawn. Council voted and approved. I believe it's a resolution for our support in that grant. Same thing that we did for the church renovation. So. Downtown master plan, we received 12 proposals. A selection committee goes through everything, narrow it down to 3. And then we did interview questions via email. And city council ended up selecting Multi-Studio, who's in partnership with Wilson and Company. We work with Wilson and Company regularly on city design, different things, as well as our civil reviews. So we have a good working relationship with them. Obviously, as everybody knows, had a tornado in Hillsdale. They're still working on cleanup permit. Will be for a while. And then the hailstorm, which sparked chaos in the city. Steve, your neighborhood probably got hit the hardest with.
We got it hammered. We had people coming out of the sewers and everywhere. There are a ton of people.
I don't know how many tickets our police department issued for soliciting without a license, but. It was hectic. We processed 75 the first day. I think we're up to 100 soliciting permits now. And they're already getting contractors licenses, and they're already working on roofs. Yeah. So now I've just been going back around. We had the Attorney General's office. Their special agents showed up at our office last week. Because roofers have to get registered with the Attorney General's office. I think there were 3 in town that weren't registered yet, so. they were a big help in at least tracking down, going around, looking at all the signs and doing some research for me. And that's what I've been doing most of today. Yeah, permits for roofs and siding are required, so. We're gonna get a flood of them. Trevor's gonna be very, very, very busy.
Yeah, he is.
He's not gonna know what to do for the next few months probably.
How much do those permits run?
So roofing permits are a set $100 and siding, I believe, is 50. Don't quote me on that. No. We've actually had some roofing companies tell us that our roofing permits are too cheap.
Yeah, probably.
Considering the price of a roof.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm. And then as you guys have seen, there's several auto hail estimate.
Yeah.
a lot of tents got put up, last 2, 3 days
Yep,
in areas that is questionable if that was legal, but
yeah, with it being a temporary,
yeah.
there's nothing we have to really regulate it. My biggest thing is chasing everybody around with feather banners and the blow up wavy guides. All that, so.
Those are allowed.
No, those aren't allowed. But everybody's been pretty cooperative on, having to go back. I've been working with Janet McCrae on updating our website, the development tax incentives section. She has, I don't know if you guys have seen Think Miami County, their economic development website, but she created it and did a great job with it. And so she revamped our incentive section and it looks really great. So we've got a lot of community data now that will hopefully help developers, help incentivize developing here. North School renovation permit, they pulled a permit for their first unit there. They're gonna get that one finished out and they're working, live in it while they work on the others. So just a small studio apartment in, I think it's one of the back classrooms. It was one that already had a bathroom in it, so it was easiest to convert. City council, I believe the meeting before last amended camping regulations. Or actually it might have been this last meeting. We've had a problem with people camping / living in tents down at Wallace Park by the creek and other city properties, so that is now against the law. So we have some enforcement action available for that.
What happens? Where do they take them?
They make them leave. If they don't leave, they get arrested for it. There's a lot of churches around here that'll help out with.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, like, if there was any direction.
Yeah, we normally send them to churches or like my father's house. My father's house
For women.
is mainly, women and families. But yeah, the churches will help out a lot and they'll get them camping spots at an actual camping place at the lake. Yep. They can't live there, but they can stay there for 14 days. Until they can find a different place to go. But we had several parents and people reach out, concerned about their kids. There were people bathing.
Yeah.
In the creek down there. This at least gives us an option of something to do. The green slide at the pool has been in need of, I think it's a new gel coat on the outside and refinishing for a while. So council approved a proposal on it, so it should be done. I'm not sure when, hopefully before the pool opens, but we will see. And we updated our fire code to allow the fire chief or myself to issue citations for fire code violations. This is just kind of as a last resort when businesses don't want to comply with fire code regulations. So we've issued our first citation for it. We went to court for it. So
So when you're inspecting from a permit,
No.
Is that what you're noticing, or?
So the fire department has two fire inspectors that they inspect any, like living facilities. Like hotels, apartment complexes, all the restaurants,
Okay,
anywhere that has a monitored fire alarm system,
okay,
or sprinklers. They go yearly to check. Also anywhere with a liquor license or CBD license. So they have to have yearly inspections. That's all I have for now. Next month, I don't have anything on the agenda. I've had some people wanting to build houses that don't quite meet our residential design standards. So I've informed them that they can request a deviation from them. One of them being a 12-inch roof overhang minimum. Didn't know that was a thing until they brought it up, and yeah, sure enough it is.
so they want
Less than,
less than?
yeah, it's a 12-inch minimum. So a lot of manufactured houses, will have a little bit less than that.
Yeah,
Like on what? Like on the
Like
front?
for the soffit,
Or
soffits
gables.
or anywhere around the perimeter,
Anywhere?
it has to be 12
they wouldn't have
inches.
much of a,
Cause Pulte built a bunch of them without soffits in Olathe. and-
Yeah,
Was
so
that
this,
so?
yeah, this isn't like a building code thing, it's specifically in the LDO, so
Oh,
it's Paola
okay.
specific.
so their gutters are just directly,
No, it'd be the same as a normal
Hey,
roof,
well, the one
they just have
I was
a.
talking about, I was just curious.
They just have a
Those,
fixture.
yeah,
yeah, no.
Or, you know,
actually-
soffit, it looks the same, only no.
this still has gutters, it's just, they do look different.
That would look-
It's kind of
Might be
a lot of-
hard to manage water,
Modern houses are drawn to
Okay.
that. For some reason, I'm not a fan of it, but
but.
the examples they sent me still, they look like a house. And then we've had another one, just asking, looking at a property about driveway, gravel, another large lot.
In town.
Mhm. Yeah, it's actually probably the S curve on.
Osage.
Osage, that like a little over an acre.
Back by the apartment,
Mhm.
up in there.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, be another long, hard surface driveway. But,
Yeah.
they're just looking right now, so, as of now, nothing. But,
I see they have a flat work done for that one house. At that cul-de-sac.
Oh,
In. What road is
We're
that?
off Chippewa,
Is it Chippewa? Yeah, maybe,
well,
yeah.
Chippewa comes up and then it's. I
How
know,
by Ursuline, like,
oh, yeah, the shop house.
yeah, shop house.
Yep, they just got that done. I haven't heard from them. As far as the metal building company coming in to put it up. but-
Oh, it's gonna be all metal, that's right, yeah.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah.
So.
I'm thinking about that after the hail.
Mm-hmm. All right, anybody have anything?
Anybody have something for him? No?
Oh, I could, but I think I already know the answer.
In progress.
Huh?
In progress.
Yeah, it's
All right,
very slow.
in that case, I will take a motion to adjourn.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
All right, and I'll second that motion.
Hayes,
Yes.
Spleen,
Yes.
Cameron,
Yes.
Mauer,
Yes.
Schwab.
Yes.
All right, thank you, everyone.